Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to something completely different. The Steam Next Fest was all last week. A bunch of really cool demos came out, and we got to play a bunch of them. I'm going to highlight a few of my favorites this week. So tune in every day at 12 p.m. Central Time. And take a look and see what we got. Although Steam Next Fest is now over, these games will possibly still have demos available. And if not, you can wishlist them, follow the progress as they're under work, and buy them when they come out. Enjoy! Hello, hello, welcome to a game called Mech Builder. We're gonna give a quick introduction. So basically this is a GunPla kit building game. It's very relaxing, very casual gameplay. Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but eventually you end up with an action figure once you're done. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off on number 4 here. I'm kind of gonna explain the game, explain the background, and explain why we're actually playing this. So you're gonna see I've got all my little kit pieces here. All my plastic has been formed. We're gonna pop these out and we're gonna get to building. So in this game, or should I say, this game was inspired. I don't know if this is a fact, but there's only one other game like this that I've ever seen. Zachtronics Industry, most famous for their programming puzzle games, closed down the studio, and their last project they ever made was a game called Last Call BBS, which was a kind of like almost like a minigame collection set in a nostalgic like 1995 Juarez era. Before it was called piracy, it was just file sharing, and people would take games that they thought were interesting and put them online. And one of the games that they had in Last Call BBS was a GunPla kit builder. You would pop out your pieces, you would assemble your action figures, and then you could paint them, you could put on decals. It was all very authentic and very cool. But it only had 3 models in it. Maybe it got updated to 4. But again, because it wasn't like the main part of the game, it was just very limited in scope, which is fine, right? But this game, and I might be wrong, very clearly inspired by it. Again, we're building not necessarily Gundams, but mobile suits, kaiju, whatever you have. And when it's all said and done, we're gonna have decals we can put on our guy. We're gonna have paint we can do. Oh, there's a pipette tool, so that's brand new. But yeah, so putting this guy together. This is like the back of the foot. Here's our little visor, and these guys are shoulders. So yeah, the kit is assembled now. There's some instructions for the decals if you open up the guide here. Looks like these guys go on the shoulders-ish. Gonna try and make this symmetrical so it looks good. Need some like V's on the chest here, kind of follow these curves. A little bit of arm flare, kind of pointing into this little socket here. crotch tattoo. Apparently these little side pieces aren't in here. But anyways, once it's done, you can take a screenshot of your guy, center him. I think you can maybe change the zoom. No. But you take a picture, it gets added to your desktop or your images folder. You can change your backgrounds, whatever you have. Like I mentioned before, you can paint your guy. So if you don't like him in orange and black, we can go for like a pink and a green. Not the head. Like the arms, we'd go pink. Get some green in here. I don't know what kind of green I like. I'm not an artist. This is just going to be a mash of colors together. But now, let's say I want to put this green somewhere else. Oopsies. I can pipette the green and then paint it elsewhere. I can pipette this pink so I don't have to find it again. And then some accents on there. I want a green back. Oopsies. Those guys. Give me a white. Sure. Nah, I hate it. Maybe the cyan would be cool. But anyways, so comparing this to the Zachtronics game, a lot of the functionality is still there. You're still assembling your kit. You're putting on your decals. The painting tool with the pipette is now extremely powerful. Something that the Zachtronics game doesn't have is this has a kit bash mode. You can pick any of the models. Oopsies. Oopsies. Any of the models you've ever assembled. You can kind of put their pieces together and make your own. How do I select things? Group. Hold left click to select, hold right click to deselect. Okay. And now this will move as one piece. Okay. So I started pulling this guy apart before I had put him together. Oh my goodness. Get all this out of the way. I don't want to move my... Oh, I already took some pieces out of it. But you can see how you can mix and match your models. That is something the Zachtronics never had. What Zachtronics did have, though, was they had the ability to paint freely. At the moment, this only has the paint bucket, essentially, which is useful for filling in a whole piece. But Zachtronics let you use tape to mask off certain areas. So you can make your own paint designs by basically, you can do cross-hatching, you can do camo squares, whatever you wanted, you could do. And maybe this game will eventually have it, but if GunPla modeling is interesting to you, I would definitely check this game out, put it on your wish list. But otherwise, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's kind of like a jigsaw. If I had one complaint, sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell, like which pieces go together. Let me try and find the arm pieces for this guy. I remember were pretty annoying. Or the legs here. ALMN. You can hide your pieces off to the side and then just pull out their tabs when you need them. The nice quality of life feature. So here's my K, my L. This is a J, M, N. Oh, we're gonna tuck away. I'm gonna pop all this out. And like I said, this is a very minor complaint, but some of the models feel more like a jigsaw than an action figure. So some of these pieces very clearly look like you would push them together and assemble them. And that makes logical sense for, you know, building an action figure. These pieces are details on the knees. These are the upper thigh, perhaps? No, these are part of the feet. And those 3 holes, it kind of matches up. We're gonna need the toes on these guys. But like, where does this piece go, right? Even with the guide open, not exactly obvious where this piece would end up. And in fact, I believe I think these might be like here. These are pre-heel pieces. And sure, I'm eventually gonna find that, but it's not easy. Maybe it shouldn't be easy, but I don't think it should be as hard as it is. You spend a lot of time just kind of picking up a piece and sliding it around the map, trying to find where it goes. So this needs that first, then this, then you can put this guy on there. You have your foot, essentially. And this looks like it, yep, starts to become the shin. This is gonna be on a thigh or something eventually. Maybe I can start putting these on? No, these need their... These are upper thighs. Still looking for the, there we go. The rest of the shin? Yes, perfect. And now assembled to this point, you can kind of feel where these last little bits of plastic are gonna go. And there, the legs are done. We've used all the pieces from these 2 sheets. And it's not too bad yet, but I'm worried that it'll get worse later. And the more pieces you have on your leg pieces, the more grouping and ungrouping you're going to need to do for the kit bash. So I just worry, hope that they maybe focus a little bit more on making it feel like you're assembling a kit. I don't know. Anyways, I think we've talked enough about this. I think I've shown off the gameplay well enough. If this interests you, again, look them up on Steam, play the demo yourself if it's still available, wishlist them. If you think that this is something that you're going to want to play and buy and explore the rest of. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening. Goodbye.